Hello, everybody! Let's learn how to play Sins of a Solar Empire 2 with me, Get Daved! It's been a hot minute. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the series, I did this for Sins of a Solar Empire 1 because they had tutorials, but it's very kind of text heavy and it's just a bit of a hurdle to get over at the start. So I'm going to try to give you a playthrough, show you a little bit about what I know, and yeah, try to set you up real pretty. First things first, let's pick a map. I'm gonna go for a 6-player so I can just have one of every faction. We'll pick this one. We'll go 2 teams. I'm just gonna play on hard. Normally I'm doing unfair. Nightmare is a little out of my league at this point. And Impossible is ridiculous. I'll take Advent Reborn. They're my favorite. Take a tech friend. Techs are just like basic humans. Advent are basically the Fremen and the Bene Gesserit from Dune at the same time. And then these are space aliens. Possibly communists. They don't use money. They love themselves their medals, though. I'm going to be going over some of the basics, going to go into general strategy, but we're going to start with, like, which buttons to press and go from there. Also, if you're wondering, oh man, this game must have, like, crazy technical requirements, I think it actually runs better than Sins of a Solar Empire 1, so if you're like, oh, this is probably even fancier, this is just... Sins 2 is fantastic. It's a straight upgrade in every way, so if you're on the fence from the first one, if you got any enjoyment from it at all, go for it. Alright, to kick things off, I'm going to set the default game speed to 1.5, which is what I think that's a good pace. But spacebar to pause. So right away, right-click and drag to pan the camera around, mouse wheel in and out to see everything. We can see I've got an ally that's already popped up over there. You can use WASD to zip the camera around. I usually don't. I just sort of like mouse over where I want and then just do zooming because it'll intelligently center the zoom based on that, okay? Kind of got 2 main areas you care about. Your ships and fleets and your planets. So I want to start by pressing Control 0 to hotkey this planet to 0. This is my capital. If I lose it, I lose the game. There's also this new concept of fleets that are a bit more useful compared to Sins 1. So I've selected Alpha Fleet. It has no ships in it.
Control group created.
Control 1 is going to map this to 1. So if I press 1, it's going to select Alpha Fleet. If I press 0, it's going to select my homeworld. I'm probably only going to have Alpha Fleet for the whole game. At the beginning, you get 1 free capital ship. I'm going to pick the Progenitor Mothership because it's going to let us colonize for free, and we're just going to crank out a few Disciple vessels to join it for now. My scouts, you start with a couple scouts, they're going to auto-explore. That's great, that's what we want them to do. The way research works is that you need a certain number of research labs, or points worth of research labs, because sometimes you can get something that's worth like 3 research points instead of 1. But there's sort of a economic one, which for this faction is called Harmony, and there's a military one called Hostility. You need a certain number of labs built to unlock a tier, and once you unlock a tier, you have access to all of the techs underneath it. So this is a little bit different than Sins 1, but like recognizable still. We can't research anything because we got no labs. So, we can build buildings on the surface of the planet, and right out of the gate, I'm going to build a Shrine of Revelation. You can see it says, Harmony Research Points plus 3. Okay, that's important. You need 1 point to unlock the first tier, and 4 to unlock the second. This button here builds orbital structures. So I'm going to crank out 1 more Temple of Harmony, and 1 more Temple of Hostility. If you just click them, you can manually place where they orbit, or you can control click and it'll auto place. Generally speaking, I don't care where these helpful ones. Defensive structures, which we'll talk about later, I'll sometimes be more picky about where they go. We can also rotate the orbitals, but worry about that later. What matters is We've got
colonizable planet has been discovered.
some great research points on their way. We've got a ship that can colonize. It's a map to Fleet 1, which I can access just by pressing 1 on my keyboard.
Speak your mind.
I can also build directly to a fleet. So in the previous game, you'd select like a solar system and be like, hey, build some frigates. But here you can press 1 to load a fleet. Well, 1 because I mapped it, but you can load the fleet and you can be like, hey, deliver me these ships. And that's super useful. I'm gonna queue up just some research tier advancement right now because I want to get that going as soon as it's ready. This game makes extensive use of queues, which is very helpful. I also am gonna... Planets generate money, metal, and crystal. And we can invest money, metal, and crystal to increase our output rates for those.
Harmony research tier complete.
That is priority
Comms
1.
upgrade complete.
Speak your mind.
All right, we have a volcanic planet that we can't settle yet. A nice looking asteroid system, but we'd have to do a hop, skip, and a jump first. I'm just gonna fly here with my fleet.
Insufficient metal.
We'll try to max it out. We're limited at 100 supply right now. This caps how much we can build in our fleets. There we go.
Insufficient metal. A colonizable planet has
There we
been
go. It's an
discovered.
asteroid.
Civilian structure
And we're going to
complete.
want the ability to settle
Say no more.
volcanic planets, so I'm going to go to Harmony Research.
Stand by.
Wait for
phase
my
jump.
resources to accumulate. Boom. We have volcanic colonizing now.
Hostility
I'm trying to
research
balance
tier
going
complete.
fast
Our forces have engaged
with
the
detail.
enemy.
Don't worry,
Death
we'll
will
cover
cleanse
stuff
your
over and over as we
sins.
colonize over and over, so we'll get the reps in. Don't worry.
Last chance to join the Unity.
They will auto-colonize.
Mining
This thing
upgrade
has the
complete.
capacity to bomb, so they won't try auto-colonizing until it's destroyed. Also, you know, the fighters, they're just out doing their thing. In Sins of a Solar Empire 1, you had to manually build the fighter squadrons for each ship. That's gone now. They just auto-build, they manage it all. It's great. They did a really good job
Research complete.
sort of isolating what's important from what isn't and letting you focus on that. I'm gonna upgrade a couple early important technologies, which for the first few minutes are heavily skewed towards economics, and then it'll swing hard the other way.
The future is ours.
All right, we're about to gain our first colony.
Another planet joins
There
the
we
Unity.
go. And getting our resource extraction up is
Is it
really
time?
important early on. We're gonna focus
Very
on that.
wise.
Actually, no.
Say no more.
Let's go here. It would be nice to... You know what? It's a better tutorial. I'm only playing on hard. We're gonna go here.
A colonizable
We can,
planet has been discovered.
on the
Commerce
fleet
upgrade
menu,
complete.
we can right-click this to make them move together as well, which generally you want if you're going into a combat situation. If you're retreating, maybe you'll swing the other way.
Complete.
All right, getting lots of research. Let's bang
Stand
out
by for phase jump.
a couple of these introductory ones. If you want to know what the difference is between playing on a lower difficulty and a higher one, we've kind of stopped building ships for a minute while I'm focusing on
Our
colonizing.
forces have engaged the enemy.
Numeric superiority is really important, so if you were playing at a higher difficulty, you would want to really focus on getting ships built constantly. We're okay for a little bit here.
Death will
If you
cleanse
played the
your sins.
original,
Harmony research complete.
You will be purged. Death
you'll
will
notice that
cleanse your sins.
we only have one type of fleet supply. In the
A
original,
colonizable planet has been discovered.
there was a second type of
Hostility
supply.
research complete.
One sec, let's just mob this up here. And that would limit the number of
Another
capital ships you can
planet
build.
joins the Unity.
That is no longer the case. Capital ships require special magic resources.
Last chance to join the Unity.
You can see there's this scrap
Harmony
here.
Research complete.
There's a little pip indicating there's special loot here. If we take a look, derelict loot. It's got kaolinite and tauronite. That's what capital ships are made out of. to harvest
The
it,
future
we're just going to
is
go park a
ours.
capital ship inside
Very
this orbital
wise.
radius right here. I also didn't fully upgrade this bad boy, and let's get some resource extraction going again in a minute here.
Not enough crystal. A colonizable planet has been discovered. Hostility research complete. Commerce upgrade complete.
So it's parked there. This gauge is slowly filling up. When it fills up all the way, we're gonna get good stuff. Divination is a very good early technology. We'll worry about why in a moment. If I kind of wanted to be a bad neighbor, I would go nab that. Kind of do want to be a bad neighbor, but this is fairly well defended. You can see 75 supply plus 25. I might be able to fight those two groups separately because they're from different factions, but that's more supply than I'm bringing to the fight, so
Speak your mind. Is it time?
let's go grab...
Say
Oh,
no more.
hello. 133 supply guarding that.
Harmony research tier complete.
We're going to try to do something about that. As soon as divination is researched, we're gonna get busy living.
Complete.
Let the bidding commence.
Oh, hello. So, there's minor factions in this
Colonizable
game.
planet has been discovered.
We've met a couple of them. Sometimes they'll offer you little tiny bribes.
Stand by for
I have
phase
researched
jump.
something that gives me influence
Mining
points
upgrade
occasionally,
complete.
and you can spend them on minor factions to try winning these auctions, or to try getting other special treatment. These minor factions also get you access to...
Harmony research complete.
Don't worry about this yet. The market where we can swap, get more metal, get more crystal, and so on. Just move our resources around a bit. Okay, I researched divination. This makes it easier to go surveying, which was a feature that was in the original Sins of a Solar Empire. It was okay. Much better in this one. You could find special artifacts that give you, like, major bonuses, but you also just might find exotics. So let's go look for a couple, shall we? Booming Desert Cities is a wonderful one for the Advent, so we're going to grab
Not
that.
enough crystal.
And we're really going to want
A
Arctic
colonizable
Embrace
planet has been
soon.
discovered.
The auction prize belongs to you.
You notice we got a huge spike. Influence. Let's see if we can get some more influence before we end up really wanting it. Nice little filter here. There we go.
Speak your mind.
Double tapping one will
Exotics
focus
have
on
been
our
unveiled
fleet.
by our scryers. Our forces
All right.
have engaged the enemy.
We successfully found some exotics. I'm going to get ready to increase our fleet capacity again.
More credits are required.
Apparently I'm broke. That's not going to matter much though for the ship type I'm going to focus on next. There's lots of things I'm
Another
not
planet
focusing on right
joins the
now.
Unity.
There are... You want to have everything, okay?
More credits are required.
Because we are tending to be a little low on credits, there's things we can do about it. Where's the one I want? The Sanctuary Spire. I'm going to just let the money accumulate for a
Research
bit.
complete.
I don't
Commerce
really want to sell my
upgrade complete.
exotics yet, for reasons I'll get into. This is going to be my best
Exotics
ticket.
have been unveiled
This is
by
a
our
building
scryers.
that increases your credit income rate by 50%. That's a lot of money.
Hostility research complete.
There we go.
Speak your mind.
We almost could have had a capital
Destiny
ship for that much money.
unfolds.
No matter. Our supply limit has increased to 250, so I'm going to fill out with a bunch of these, which are missile frigates.
A colonizable planet has been discovered.
Missiles can be shot down, but they typically have pretty good kick. Sometimes they can bypass shields as well.
Stand by for phase jump.
Alright. Our surveying at our homeworld did find some exotics, and now we have 2 in one category. 2 in 2 categories, actually. Hey, that's enough for a capital ship.
Our forces have engaged
The
enemy.
Rapture and the Revelation are both really good ones for this faction. I'm gonna maybe key in on a Rapture battlecruiser first. So we need 2,000 credits. We're actually getting kind of close.
Hostility research complete.
Honestly, we'll have this one in seconds.
Is it time?
We just want to make sure we intelligently
Do not dare resist.
fight here.
Your time has come.
We're probably going to take a couple losses, but that's okay. In a few seconds, we'll have enough for a battle
Harmony
cruiser.
research complete.
If you mouse over, you can see the rate, so we gain about almost 18 a second. Boom! And again, this is on the fleet tab, or the fleet selection menu.
Is it
I press
time?
1, I get
A
access to the fleet,
colonizable planet has been discovered.
or you can just click this button
The
as
future
well.
is ours.
But this means they're going to attempt to build it and send the ship to the fleet. They will inevitably send it through the dumbest possible pathway imaginable. So
Harmony
keep an eye
research
on it.
complete.
If you have like, if there's any way they could possibly fly through enemy territory,
Last
they
chance
will.
to join the Unity. Last chance to join the Unity.
Let's appreciate the aesthetics of this lovely game. See our nice DPS
Our
missiles
minds
there.
Awaken.
It is actually simulating every single bullet you hit. If a ship is too fast to be aimed at, that'll just happen. It's, I don't know, just what a great little battle system they have here. Okay, we have lots of resources built up, almost enough for another capital ship. But we don't have the exotics, so I'm going to prioritize that for a
Is
second.
it time?
We have a nice thing here. Our supply limit's
We
250.
must act.
We could do quite well for ourselves.
Moving into phase space.
Getting one more and soon. We're gonna want to upgrade to the next tier as well, but that
Speak your
can
mind.
wait a hot minute.
A colonizable planet has been discovered.
Say no more.
These guys will take out the siege frigate. We can probably get away with colonizing it right now.
Another planet joins the Unity.
All right.
The future
He's gonna go
is
looking for
ours.
Kalinide, which is a very helpful
Harmony
resource.
research complete.
Very wise.
Or pardon me, the volcanic ones tend to have Tauronite. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'll never remember these, but actually,
Mining upgrade complete.
there's a little bit of a pattern to it. Tauronite tends to be weapons, Endurium tends to be armor. Kalinide, magic juice, and Anvar, useless. It's less useful anyway.
We sense
I
your
find,
presence.
generally speaking, I end up wanting Kalinide a lot of the time. Okay, I researched the ability to build these orbital structures called extractors, and we can harvest these little asteroids for additional resources.
A colonizable planet has been discovered.
They require
Exotics
logistics
have been
slots, though.
unveiled by our scryers.
Time to bid. Place am I.
A metal stockpile. I don't know if I really want that. Oh, what the heck. We can always sell it for lots of money.
Complete.
Those guys zipped in a little
is
early.
ours.
Hopefully they survive.
Heathens be purged.
Exotics have been unveiled by our scryers.
We sensed your presence.
Let's grab that guy.
Our forces
This ship
have
has the
engaged
ability to
the
flip an
enemy.
enemy ship to our
Our
side.
thoughts are one.
You generally want to take the nice ones when you do that.
Is it time?
Oh, we can get a... Let's do that. I was gonna go for a Revelation battlecruiser, but I'll take a carrier because I'm about to go over my supply cap for a little bit. Hey, we
Won the
won!
auction
And
race.
people didn't really bid aggressively. That's great news. Okay. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Let's digest a few facts. If I want to build constructors or extractors, if I want to build extractors here, I need logistics capacity, which is just an upgrade you buy, but it costs you money. So I upgraded logistics twice so I can build up to 5 orbital structures around this
Civilian
system.
structure complete.
And then I queued up crystal extractor and a metal
Civilian
extractor.
structure complete.
A good thing to
Planet
do
item ready.
is get these things built early.
Another planet joins the Unity.
The Tithe Sanctum is
Not
a
enough crystal.
ground building you can
colonizable
build
planet has been discovered.
that can also
We are
lower
exiles
development
no
costs.
longer.
I might recommend
The
it
anima are restless.
for
Speak
some
your
situations,
mind.
but not all.
Say no more.
Let's just leave it at that.
Harmony research complete. Logistics upgrade complete.
At a planet like this, I might favor, you know, the silent monastery to improve the extraction rate and the refinery in particular. But again, we'll worry about those details later. Focus on getting some of our resource extraction
Very
things going.
wise.
Gonna call it an
Civilian
episode
structure
fairly
complete.
soon, but I just want to draw attention to one other thing, which is the map rotates and stuff and can cause all sorts of trouble. Also, in the current version I'm playing, there's a bug where I actually picked orange as my color, but our allies are all going to be blue, enemies are all going to be red, and during the game I'm going to be green. Hopefully they patch it out. They patched it in, so hopefully they patch it out. Yeah, if you press this button, it'll show you, hey, what's the future orbital cycling going to be? And you can just see this map's going to turn into a mess. This makes it kind of hard to bottleneck, both in and against your favor. So that's a reality we're just going to have to live with. Let's mention one other thing. When my original battle cruiser leveled up, my progenitor
Is
mothership,
ours.
I invested in this thing called Unity Meditation. Now, what matters is, if you click here, there's a resource called Focus, and you can get these Unity points, and different factions have different equivalents to this, okay? I unlocked the ability Clairvoyance, which used to be a Revelation battleship ability in the first game, and it lets me just scout things out. So I can just see what's going on here. My allies have not harvested this Kalinide. Yum, yum. So we'll see if we can get a shot at it. It also, there's a Terran planet just sitting there. That would also be very lucrative.
Is it time?
So things to think
Say
about.
no more.
If you get more Unity, you can get access to more of these things. You also will
Logistics
really
upgrade
want more than
complete.
50 focus.
Planet item ready.
Research is one of the good ways of getting at all that good stuff.
Stand by for phase jump.
83 supply. We should jump together. The Tide Sanctum is that ground building that I built. It can be upgraded to give a little bit more money, a little bit more of a discount. So that's something we'll be keying in on. Forewarning is just good to have. I'll talk about culture next time, so let's not worry about that quite yet. We're gonna claim this last planet. We're likely to have Hideno be a source of
Forces
tension with
have
our
engaged
neighbors.
The enemy. Civilian structure complete.
So there's two ways of thinking about it. We could say
Civilian structure complete.
I should go claim it, or I could sit back, let them claim
The
it,
future
and then
is ours.
scoop it up right after.
Is it time?
Civilian structure complete.
You will be purged.
Let the fighter take out those guys.
Speak your mind. We sensed your presence. Is it time?
I don't think we've lost a single unit so far, which is delightful.
Civilian structure complete. Harmony research complete.
You will be purged. Last chance to join the Unity.
Yeah, we're pretty close to having this in the bag. Tithe Sanctum has been improved, which is great news. I'll illustrate what happened at those planets in a second when we colonize this one.
Civilian
We'll get to see
structure
a
complete.
similar pattern.
Our vengeance
There
is
go our
yours.
little fighter squads.
The future is ours.
You can go colonize that right now.
Destiny unfolds.
Commerce upgrade complete.
What's on your mind? No mercy.
There we go. They're out of bombers.
A another planet joins the Unity.
Okay, you can see there's a little red notch here. That means this could potentially become a level 3 upgrade, but we need to research some sort of technology, which we might not even be at a sufficient tier level to get. But I am, so if I click it, we schedule those upgrades. There's a case to be made that I should have put this first. I'm not going to micromanage to that extent. But this Tithe Sanctum would give us a discount on some of what I'm doing right now. Anyway, if I click it again, you can see they're like, hey, you have to research Arctic development, so it's going to cost you an extra 200. Once I do that, you'll note it understands that we don't have to pay that development price again. So now I'm going to fully upgrade. And honestly, this planet's going to mostly take care of itself now.
Is it time?
Let's move my fleet out of there.
Destiny unfolds.
We'll try
Say
scooping
no
up this
more.
key resource. It'd be nice to get a little Colonide. In the next episode, yeah, what we'll do is we'll try grabbing the Colonide. Hopefully I don't have to share with my no-good friends. They're expanding actually at a very similar rate to me, so who knows. We'll try grabbing this Terran colony. It's not next to pirates, so that's nice, but we might get raids from this minor faction still. And then we'll either try claiming Hideno, or we'll try defending it, and we'll really bunker up and see how we do. And let's just simulate again. Yeah, Hideno's, I guess, going to move out of harm's way, and Kron is going to become the next point of contact. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. That's likely to be quite far away. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next episode. We'll learn some more.